Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Alex Radioactive here, and today's video is some tips and info, do's and don'ts for if you're having a littles meetup, or you're meeting with other littles for the first time, or just if you're going to be in a little space environment with other people, possibly in a public setting. So one of the things that you never ever want to do, and that's assume the other person is comfortable with the same things you are. This is like the biggest one, because in this community there's a lot of people that are at different levels of what they're comfortable with and what they're not. Like for me, if someone was to check me without my permission, they'd probably be met with a fist to their jaw. Just saying. So just remember to respect everybody's levels of comfort, whether in public or not. And also, another thing you never want to do when in public is talk about needing a change or being patted in a public place where other people could hear, because the person you're with may not be okay with that. And my hat, this is one of my new hats from Tykeables, but it doesn't want to stay on, so I'm going to set it there. Yes, so I highly suggest make sure you know people's comfort levels before you do anything, because we are all at different levels. Me personally, as a lot of you know, I'm very open about it. I don't care who knows that I am who I am, but there are things like when I'm out in public, I don't like talking about certain things out in public, even though I don't care. I'm not one of those people that wants everybody around me that's not in the community to know about it. I don't push it, I don't push my thing on other people. So remember to respect everybody's different levels. That brings me to the second thing. Never, ever touch someone's diaper without permission. I don't care if you're a big and they're a little. I don't care if you think it's okay. It's not okay. Make sure you get the magical word or the magical thing called consent. Anything else, if you don't get consent to do anything and you just assume that it's okay and you do something, you could very well, one, if it's me, you're liable to get punched in the face. If it's someone else, you could actually be charged for I forget the actual name of the charge, but they could turn you into the police. I mean, it's basically molestation. You're touching someone in an inappropriate way. Don't do it. Get consent. That is the big thing, consent. And then in that same thing, how would you feel if you were walking down the street and someone walked up and just grabbed you? And you just met them, you don't know them. Not a good idea. Brings me to the next thing. Consent's always good. Also, communication is key. There's always a few subjects that people don't ever want to ask before going to these things, because they don't know how people will react to it. But here's the thing. Unless you communicate like where you're at level wise and what you're comfortable doing and what you would like to do versus find out what they're willing to allow you to do. Like I host littles over all the time. My biggest thing I do not allow in my house is anyone to intentionally mess themselves. If you're going to do that, and I'm not talking about wedding, I'm talking about the stinky. If you do that in my house without talking to me, let me know that, hey, I got a medical condition, I'm going to kick you out. I don't care if it's 3 in the morning. I don't do that in my house. I actually have a medical condition. I have those type of accidents, and it sucks for me. But there's steps I take to make sure my house don't stink like that, and I'm not going to have my house smelling bad. So personally, I wouldn't allow that in my house. If you want to do that, that's fine. I don't judge. Everybody's at different levels of what they like, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to respect other people. And so if you want to mess yourself, that's fine. Just make sure the person's house you're going to, or make sure the environment you're going to be in is an okay with everybody that's participating, that's okay. Some people are into it, some are not. There is not a right or wrong answer. It's just best to communicate what you are wanting to do, and if that is something you want to do at someone else's house, talk to them, make sure it's okay, and if it's okay, then there's no problem with it. Now, if it's not okay, don't do it anyways. Um, Again, that comes to what people are comfortable with. Everybody is comfortable with different things. I know plenty of ABDLs that don't even use their diapers. Like, they wear them just for the fun, and they don't wet them, they don't mess them. So that's their comfort level. There's nothing wrong with that. Whatever number we're on, I forgot. um, the next thing we need to talk about is being appropriately dressed when out in public with people. I know some people that will literally wear a onesie that says I wear diapers in public, and that's what they're comfortable with. But not everybody's always comfortable with that. So if you're in a big group and someone's not comfortable with that, maybe that's something you guys should talk about and try to find a way to compromise. Me personally, I definitely wouldn't wear some outfits that I have out in public because of what they entail and what makes it obvious that it's certain type of gear. I do have onesies and shortles and other stuff that I wear out in public, no problem, because you can't tell. Other than I look like a dork in shortles, we all know that. But just remember that anytime you're doing these things, make sure everybody is on the same level of comfort, because otherwise you're just being a dick, and no one wants to be a dick. You know, like if I was to go to my friend's house for a little get together, I'm going to communicate, hey, like say I was to come on to one of your guys' houses for the first time, I'm going to communicate with you and say, hey, I have bladder and bowel condition, I can't control it. Is this going to present a problem? And if it does, I wouldn't go. If it doesn't, then I'm going to go have fun. No one wants to be the problem child, and no one wants to be the bad guy that gets kicked from groups, not invited to future events and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different things you have to communicate, and if you don't communicate and you just do it anyways, it can cause some unwanted stress, tension, and fights and drama. I hate drama. See here, what else should we talk about while we're on this subject? I know there's a lot more to talk about on these subjects, like literally I could go all day long talking about it, but make sure you're always on the same level as someone else. Communicate what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, and never offer to change, or no, let me rephrase that, sorry, I was getting ready to say that bad. Never try to change someone without their permission. Never try to check someone without their permission. Make sure you are respectful of what you say out in public. Make sure you have everyone's consent before doing something that would be considered inappropriate in any other standing. Just because someone's a little and you're a daddy does not equal consent. It's just like fursuits don't equal consent. There's a lot of things that we could sit here and talk about, but remember, it's best to always talk this stuff out. And if sometimes there's a problem, the best way to handle the problem is talk it out, and don't just go like off the wall crazy, but don't ever just walk up and touch someone inappropriately. It's a big no-no. Don't ever assume that you can, just because you're comfortable wearing something out in public, that everybody else in the group it would be comfortable hanging out, because some people don't want to associate with the little stuff out in the public, and we are getting more and more seen in the public. Whether it's a fetish or lifestyle for you, is actually the ABDL community is getting more in the public. There's more TV shows doing stuff on us. There's more Facebook posts I see daily going around. we are getting out there, and most of it's a good light. There are some not so good lights out there. We won't talk about the microwave and diaper reference. Yeah, you know about that one. I almost bet everybody knows about that one. Very few people don't know that reference. Um, yeah, I did it. I said it. I know I'm going to get hate for it, but it was funny. And I just got hit, as you see. Yes, my husband's actually home today. He's sitting behind the computer at his computer working. Um, by the way, if you haven't seen the post on Twitter, there's a post of a Camaro, and me and my husband are debating on whether it's yellow or green. I say it's a certain color. He says it's a certain color. We're not going to say which one's which, but go onto my Twitter and tell me what you think. Is it green or is it yellow? And highlighter yellow is still yellow. Just saying. So, I've been seeing, that's my little thing with my husband I'm doing. But, yes, guys. Again, Typles has some awesome hats in stock. I ordered 2, as you see. We got the awesome female German Shepherd police doggo. And I forget what breed of doggo this is. I want to say it's like a boxer, kind of, but he's a police doggo too. They're cute. I love them. My new daily hats. See, that's something I'd wear out in public. So guys, we're at 12 minutes. I'm going to end this video here. I do plan on doing some more on this topic, like a part 2 that has more info and more in depth on it. But I just wanted to get this out to you guys today. Also, don't forget to check out me and my husband's vinyl decal business. We can do vinyl decals for just about anything. Just hit us up. The Facebook page should be up here in the next day or so, and I'll be sharing that on my Facebook as well as Telegram and Twitter. And yeah, that's where we're at, guys. Love you all. Have a wonderful day, and stay padded.